I am a thyroid cancer survivor, and I shine. Now that I have you on the edge of your seats, hold on, we're gonna move fast. You see, fast was how I lived my life. I was working 3 jobs, raising 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son, and I was doing it all on my own. For just over a decade, I was also a healthcare administrator. But one morning in 2023, I fell out of bed and broke 2 ribs. While on PTO to address that, I went to a routine eye exam where they found I have birdshot chorioretinopathy. It means I see double sometimes. While addressing that, they took an ultrasound of my thyroid. I was exhausted and worn down, and I had no time for any of this. On my lunch hour, a few weeks later, I got a call from my doctor with those dreaded 5 words. "Oh, sweetie, you have cancer." I went back to work, and throughout my shift, I just kept hearing those 5 words. I had no time for cancer, but cancer didn't wait for a convenient time to appear in my schedule. It was as though I was being forced to slow down and address my own health, something I hadn't done in a very long time. My treatment included a total thyroidectomy, removal of my lymph nodes, and radioactive iodine and a short course of chemo. I was exhausted to my bones, unable to move for days, and unable to keep up with the busyness of life at light speed. Throughout the treatments, I was also angry and bitter, and most importantly, I was grieving. I experienced all the phases of grief. Why is this my path? I went through weeks of questioning. I bargained for better health. I pleaded for more strength. And eventually, I accepted the reality of my new path. There's a quote that I've learned to love. You either become a busted pipe or a diamond due to all this pressure. That's from the great philosopher and rapper, Iggy Azalea. And it holds true in every circumstance we face in life. I also never realized before how much busyness crowded out the chance for growth in my life. Throughout my treatments, I kept looking inward when I should have been looking upwards. It was time for my second act to begin. I now have an unshakable faith that I readily share with women everywhere on my podcast, Probably Made for More, which I launched in November of 2023 on Spotify. I speak with women who have gone through their own transformational journeys to uplift others. One episode, we focused on the 3 universal truths I discovered when I slowed down long enough to listen. First, learn to trust your inner voice. It's calling you to a better communion with the present. Learn to slowly live in those moments that we often miss in the hustle and bustle. Second, reject busyness and focus on prioritizing your health. Every aspect of your life will come into greater clarity when you do. Finally, learn to find a community where you are celebrated, because life can leave us feeling isolated and alone, something I often experienced as a single mom. A strong community, like the one I found in my church and my family. They will see you through in ways you can only imagine. So when difficult times occur, we can either resist the process, or we can take that pressure and let it bring about the most joyful and exquisite version of ourselves. You know, people sometimes think change means you were once weak. Not at all. Change means the version you are becoming is someone who has gone through that refining process and has embraced the uniqueness of who you are. No two diamonds are exactly alike. Even though they go through similar pressure, in the end, they will each have their own individual shine. It's been a blessing to discover these gems on my podcast and throughout my own personal cancer journey. And as we say at the end of every episode, you were probably made for more. Now go shine.